Okay, we're going to look at something real quick. It goes all the way back to Lafayette PD names person of interest in Walmart shooting. That was, mind you, a targeted attack. Anthony Perez. Okay. We're going to go back in and we're going to put his name in. And bingo. Who's this? Anthony J. Perez. And what's been right in front of people's faces this whole time, we're going to go back down to this picture right here, July 4th. Go into emotes. We're going to look at Lana Clements. Why, you ask? Yes, let's just go down here. Give me a second. Harley Babcock. The reason I bring up Harley Babcock is, let's do this real quick. And I'm just going to bring this up real quick. We'll get into this here in a second. Just trying to show something real quick. Look at all these multiple Harley Babcock accounts. The reason, like I said, I went to that was Lana Clements. And that's not just the only one. Mandy Connolly is the new stalker on my page. We get to Armand A.B. Bridgeforth. Let's go to his real quick. The reason I go to his, we're going to look up Mr. Kegan Klien. But this is where I'm going to get at, and we're going to continue into this, where page 144 of the affidavit. We're going to have one Curtis Clark, Galveston, Indiana, and it's going to be this guy right here, Mr. Curtis Clark. This is the friend that Kegan Klien stayed with, hung around with, friends with, and this is the redacted name. The reason I bring his name up is, like multiple others within the case of Delphi, we're going to start noticing where, like on his friends list, we're going to find like Tiffany Bowen. It's new stalker I got on my page. But like on Hearst, for instance, Billy Irwin, Dustin Ogle, Cam Hope. These names I'm going to get at down later on. But just keep in mind where people are coming from. And one I'm going to bring up on Curtis is, why are they redacting a name that goes back into another, what? Stabbing, murder case, and a convicted killer, Alan Tinker. But, nothing to see here. This Mickey Bumball, new stalker. Lucky, if you look at Lucky Singh, he is around every single drug dealer for the Kokomo cartel from 2018 to recent cases now. Every dealer, anybody that's been dealing, look up their prints, and you're going to see Lucky. Every single dealer from 2018 to now, 2022. Look up people busted for dealing. You're going to see Lucky's friends with them all. But we're going to get into his daughter's mother. We're going to go to post. Give me a second. You're going to see where I'm going here real quick.
I can't believe.
This is another thing that caught me weird on Curtis. You see this? This just pisses me off even more. Many reasons, more and more many reasons, but mainly because don't they already have a person in custody for those murders? If it's not the same person, then what the fuck? Once again, looks nothing like the new sketch they made. And he was talking about how this has a personal reason for me, and that's why it makes me so mad. Like, yeah, they need to find him, but don't keep accusing any and everyone or pin it on an easy case. It needs to be done right, and it needs to be done right. Then he needs to freaking burn. We're gonna get Gavin Taylor. And more names that know more than what they're trying to go on about. But I just think it's weird where they're covering for this individual when it comes to page 144 of the affidavit. But I want to bring up his girlfriend here in a second. Okay. Now we're going to go to Curtis Clark's former girlfriend and the mother of his daughter. I hate bringing up kids' pictures. I'm sorry for that, but it's what's shown. So anybody that has any issues with that, when you're going on people's public profiles, this is what's being shown, so you can't come and bash at me for that. But Kurt and Kitty Beck. Curtis Beck is actually in my FBI informant files. Won't go deep in the subject there, but that was the one that was pushed off on me by the agent that was involved with the FBI involvement in Delphi. Michael Curtis. But I'm going to bring up some names like Aaron Woodward, Abby Nicole Bass, Abula Abul, Adam J. Pratt, among others. The reason I'm going to bring up, for instance, Adam J. Pratt is some concerning factors on his, like Mark McCann. Mark McCann is prosecutor of Howard County. We're going to get people like Mark Bates. Then, where it gets even more concerning is you got Judge Lynn Murray. Like I said, Mickey shows back up again. I'm going to get into Mickey later on. Sarah May. If you look at Sarah May, every dealer that has been on 2018 raids up to now, you're going to see some of these same names over and over and over again. But what's really concerning me is I got people that are showing around multiple cases like Angelica. I need to keep her name. Timothy Barber. Armand. Armand's friends with who? Kegan Klein. You're starting to see where I'm getting at, and I've got stalkers on my page, like little Miss Angelica Gary here. And the reason I'm bringing up Angelica is if you go back to Curtis Clark, we're going to bring up this, and we're going to go down to AN. That's another one I'm going to bring up is Angie Todd. Lucky Singh. Like I said on Lucky, goes back to every... It's the same Angelica Gary I just shown you. To show you it's the same one. Just a younger one of hers, a different account of hers. I'm pretty sure she's got friends with herself. Maybe wrong. But this is the same Angelica Gary you just seen, like I showed you. The Mooseholder family. That's another name. Trent Perkins. I'm going to bring up. Adam J. Pratt. These same names over and over. They know more than what they say in more than one case. I can go deeper into the subject on this, but I just want to bring up some of the names back to Curtis Clark, the shooting, targeted shooting over at Walmart in Lafayette, cases like Nicole Bowen, the same drug ring that Derek was dealing for, Gabriel Ellis was dealing for, Garrett Kurtz, Ashley Garth was dealing for. This same drug ring has been shown around cases like Javon Blackwell, Jamie Beasley, among other names. This needs to seriously be looked into for the threat that it is. And Kurt, we're going to get back to here in a second, but he sits for a long time in my FBI informant files. Everybody after the fact of murder sheets brought up the whole fact, oh, the video, FBI mishandled. FBI's negligence, lies, disregard, the informant tampering, overlooked, the mishandling of an informant and intelligence on Michael Curtis, mark my words, allowed Delphi to happen. 96 days after Delphi, Curtis Beck set his roommate up. The same Curtis Beck the FBI was going to have me get a tattoo by. Them pay for it, me get it done just where they could figure out where Kurt Beck was staying. That was bypassed when Curtis Beck, his roommate's mother, the same roommate he set up to die, talked him into going to the store with him. The texts, the conversations between him and Alan Tinker, that was a setup, and Kurt walked out of it. But when it comes to individuals like Kurt, where he belongs to group-wise, what became an interest of the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, Saxony Knights. You're going to have the Sons of Odin, among other things, in different ways where FBI knew intel and they failed to act. Just like when it came to Kurt Beck. And FBI informant files that sit in my FBI files with the FBI. You force them to look into those and open those up, you're going to start noticing where I'm not just saying it, but I'm telling you, look at that drug ring, not away.